Hello, welcome to fletchflips. I'm Tim Fletcher, and I've been married to my wife Leslie 46 years this November 25th. And we started doing eBay about 5 years ago, just before COVID hit. We wanted to retire in the next few years, and we thought this would be a good side hustle and something fun to do. Well, it's been great. We've made over $50,000 a year gross in the last 4 years each year. This is something that you can do and have a tremendous amount of enjoyment and fun doing it. So let's take a look at what we made this weekend just working part-time for a side hustle, making cash. Is another Scott's Handy Green spreader. We sell a lot of these. Always be on the lookout for these, folks. These things sell. Now, this one wasn't the Handy Green 2, so it doesn't bring quite the money, but I've gotten as much as 4177, 4277 for the Handy Green 2. So keep an eye open. Usually they haven't been used very much, but even if they have been used, they clean up real easily and they make you pretty good money. So $29.77 with free shipping. Pretty good flip. I love these things. Next, another part to another item. This is a Wearing Pro 2-speed blender. We picked this up at a thrift store, a Salvation Army thrift store. We bought it for $5 plus the taxes. And when we got it home, the collar that holds this part here down onto the blender was broken. So I parted it out, which I normally probably would have done anyways, because selling the parts typically brings you more money than selling the whole item. And look what we got just for the blade, $15.77 plus $6.23 shipping. That's a pretty nice flip for an item you paid $5 for. And that's just one part. We also have the glass jug, the real thick glass jug listed, and we have the base motor listed. When all three of these items sell, we'll end up making 40, 50, 60 bucks. Pretty good. Well, imagine that. Another Kirby part. This is the second one of these we've sold in the last couple of weeks. This is the part that the handle, the big long handle that you on the Kirby vacuum sweeper, it goes into. It's a heavy duty spring that keeps the handle standing upright. And when you pull it down, if you let go of it, it just goes right back up, which makes sense. And these things, they don't sell real fast, but kind of weird. We sold two of them in no time at all. And $22.77. And that was free shipping. This is a pair of Blue Mountain Carpenter's jeans. I've never heard of Blue Mountain before. Picked them up at a thrift store. And what did we pay for these things? Can't remember. Oh no, we bought them at a garage sale for $1. So that's pretty cool. I had them listed for a little higher price, but I've had them for quite some time because I listed them way back on January 29th of this year. And they just didn't sell. So I reduced the price. When I relist all my items, I end listings on 20 items per day in my store and then relist them and make adjustments however I feel, depending on how long I've had them in the store, how many views I've had on them. If the views are low and they've been around for quite a while, I'm going to reduce the price. And I reduced it down to $19.77 with free shipping, and they sold right away. But we only had $1 in them. So they made a little bit of money. We sold a couple of golf bags over the weekend. This is our Facebook page. These are all the golf bags and different types of things that we have listed. They're not grass seed, but fertilizer. A lot of golf bags we list. But we sold 2 bags. These 2 happened to sell this weekend. Listed them on October 22nd. So it didn't take very long for them to sell. This golf bag we got for free. A neighbor gave it to us. He doesn't like listing things on eBay. He sells a lot of things on Gunbroker. He really into the guns and a collector, and he loves to go to the range and shoot. And anything he wants to get rid of, he brings it down to me and just says, here, it's yours. So I says, cool. Listed this for $37, and it sold real quick. Well, about a week. Listed a week ago in Paw Paw, which is where we live. Paw Paw, Michigan. They like the name so much they named it twice. Paw Paw. Funny, right? But this sold for 37 bucks. That's pure profit because there's no fees, no nothing on Facebook Marketplace. Guy came to our house, picked it up, and a pretty cool sale for not paying anything for it. Here's the other golf bag we sold. A Wilson dual strap carry bag. the bag was brand new. It was at the local thrift store, and they had it marked at $25. Obviously, we grabbed it real fast. My girl found it. She was walking around and she saw that bag and she snatched it up like her kid was getting kidnapped. So this really was a nice flip. I listed this thing and I was prepared to sit on it until next spring because it's brand new and it's $97. And if you know anything about golf bags, those bad dogs are not cheap anymore. They're very expensive. And this was a quality bag with the dual carry straps. Just brand new. Look at that. So we put it up for $97. I had a guy offer me $50 for it and another guy 65 or 70. I says, no way. I actually offered it to a couple of people for $90 and one guy wanted to pay 80. And I says, it's not going to happen. And he him and hawed and didn't get it. And this guy came, he messaged me, says, I want it. He was buying it for his dad's birthday in just a few days. And he came by and he paid the $97 and he was happy to do it. So it pays to stick to your price. You don't give away things that you know are going to sell. And I'd sit on this till spring and probably would have listed it for more money. But it sold for the $97. We paid $25 for it. Let's see here. So that comes out to $26.50. So we cleared $70.50 on this bag. You gotta like that. This item is from a vintage Coleman lantern. It was from 1966. And the way you can see on lanterns, Coleman lanterns, they always put the dates on the bottom. This was in June of 1966. I always show that picture because there's a lot of people that restore vintage lanterns. And get this item I listed on 11/1 of 24. I purchased it on 6/22 of 24 at a garage sale along with 3 other lanterns. I collect lanterns up, and when I get a bundle of them, which I have about 7 or 8 of them, I just start listing them all. And I can do a lot of duplicate listings and just change the item. So that works out well for me. So I had listed on November 1st on Friday, and it sold November 1st on Friday. It was just a quick flip. I listed it for $27.77, got the full price for it, and just a nice sale. A lot of Coleman lanterns. You can always look on the collar for what model it is, a 220F. They display everything for you. And there's good money in lanterns. I sell the parts. All the parts, I just break them apart and sell them. Or not break them apart, take them apart and sell them. Can't break them. All right. So that was a nice sale to start the weekend. Another hammer. Love selling hammers. This is another interesting one. We bought this at an estate sale on Thursday from our guys at Treasured Homes Estate Sales, Josh and Gary. Josh owns the company. His dad, Gary, helps him out on it and stuff. And I went in there and we bought this hammer for $1.50. It was half off that day because they had it marked at $3. It had paint all over it when I bought it. And I just take it home and take steel wool, get all the paint off, get the wood back showing pretty good. Listed it for $27.77. Sold it. I listed it on November 1st. Sold that morning, right after the Coleman. So 2 things I listed in the morning, both of them sold. Off to a good start on the weekend. Another Kirby part. This is a Kirby that I picked up off of Facebook Marketplace. If you're wondering what this is here, this is your custom SKU in your listing page. I always put the date that I purchased the item, where I purchased it, and the date that I listed it, and then where I placed it in my storage room. This is on wood shelf 1H. So I can just walk right to that shelf. You just memorize them after a while, exactly where they're at, obviously, but I have a lot of shelves in there. And you might want to subscribe to the channel if you want to see the video on how we do our inventory and how we run our eBay store. I'll be doing that in the future here. So got that on the agenda to do. It's just a matter of when I can get her done. But anyways, listed on September 24th, and this sold on Friday also. And we listed it for $47.77, and that's exactly what we got. And that went to California, but it only cost like $11 to send to California. I paid $25 for the entire Kirby. And we got this just out of this bag. And there's a lot of parts I saw in Kirby's. I always place an insert bag in it, the cloth bag. You can see I clean the interior of the bag all out for everyone. And our bags will sell for this kind of money because if you look on on eBay, some people, they just don't even clean them out. They're filthy looking, dirty and everything. So I think it's enticing for someone to buy a bag that's completely clean and comes with a bag included. These bags I buy, I have probably 50 bags in there because they come with a box with the Kirby and everything. And people just give you it all. So that works out well for us. So $47.77 sold. Another Nelson traveling lawn sprinkler part. Another thing that we bought. We bought 7 of these traveling sprinklers. They're kind of shaped like this. I should have had a picture of what they look like all together, but I'll see if I can get that in there for you. This is just the part that screws down into the transmission part of it, so to speak, and the arms that come out that twirl and sprinkle the lawn. That's what this is. Those screw into the top of that, and they break frequently. This is the 3rd one of these items that we have sold. I probably don't have, let's see, the 7 of them. I bought 2 of them for $10 and I bought 5 of them for $30. I got $40 in all of them. And there's a lot of parts you can sell off of these things. And we've sold a bunch of them. Here's an old item in our store. We bought this clear back February of 2021. Listed it in June with a whole bunch of other stuff we picked up at this estate sale. We bought a lot of glassware, a lot of Pyrex, and almost all of it has sold, obviously. I think this is one of 2 pieces that we had left. This is the upper part of the double boiler. And we still have the bottom part. So, but we have nothing in it. We sold the handles, we sell the lids, the lids sell well. But I don't know. I'd have to question whether I'd pick these up again. This sat around for a long, long time, and I kept reducing the price, and it finally sold at $7.77 plus the shipping. And we still made, we have nothing in it because we've made all of our money on that pickup. So really, it's pure profit. Well, look at here. Here's another bowling bag. We saw a lot of bowling balls and a lot of bowling bags. Bought this as an estate sale on 9/26 of 24. I always put where we buy it. MT stands for Melissa's Treasures Estate Sales on Sprinkle Road. Listed it on 9/28 and it sold. It's on shelf 6E. Already boxed up for me. I always box up all of our stuff. So in that video, I'll show you how I do that also when we come out with that video. This was a nice bag, vintage bag. Didn't have a brand on it, which was kind of odd, but somebody liked turquoise. And if you notice the picture, I have a bowling alley in the background to draw attention. I do that on all of our listings, as you've probably noticed. And I had it listed for $17.77 plus shipping. This bad dog is going to Texas. So another nice sale. Love selling bowling balls and bowling bags. Got an upcoming video on that also. So stay tuned. We sold another lid. These do not sell very fast. I started this listing, I can show you here, on 10/26 of 23. And we haven't sold all that many lids, but since I already had the listing set up and have all these lids, I just let it run. And every once in a while we sell one. And we have a lot of them in there. All of these different sizes. And the issue is that I probably wouldn't do it if I had to do it over again, but I put precise measurements in there so that people can see just the exact size of what they need because there's so many different ones. With all that said, we did sell another one, and we got $9.77 for it, plus the $6.23 for shipping. And so it puts a little money in the bank. We got her sold, and it's another one off the shelf. And we sold a hat. Picked this hat up at the local thrift store, community thrift store, for $5, so $5.30. It's been listed since September the 8th of 2024. I bought it on 8/30, and it brought $21.77 plus the $10.23 shipping. It's a pretty cool hat. It's 100% wool. Always on top is the brand and unisex hat because it's measured, so male or female can wear it. So not a bad sale for a $5 investment to bring this money back. I'm in. Well, next up is a good old Dirt Devil bag. Sometimes I buy, well, not sometimes, we buy dirt devils quite often. And some of them I part out, some of them I sell the whole thing, and we get good money for the whole thing. And if there's any too much damage to the body of the dirt devil and stuff, we just take the bag off, clean it completely, and list them for sale. We sold this one for $22.77, and I'm out of stock on these. We had sold 4 of them over the last couple of months. They're not fast sellers, but they make us good money. They pay for the dirt devil that we might pay $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8 for, and it's just something we like to do. It's kind of messy, dirty, not for everybody, but I don't mind. I've gotten my hands dirty my whole life. That's how we've got to where we are. Think about that. You work hard in America, you get ahead. We sold another one. I think it was the same darn day, and $22.77. This is to a different model. There's numerous different models to these, and I've just kind of learned them over the years. And you've got to know which models they're for, what they fit, because if they don't fit, they send them back, and it doesn't make sense. But we've done okay with them. So 2 Dirt Devils sold, $22.77 each. And another pair of Lord of the Rings. All we sell are the 2 rings. There's 15 rings in each for this backgammon game, obviously. And there just wasn't that much money in this thing. I bought it for $4 because it was missing something. I can't remember what it was, but I have the wooden box and it's listed, and it hasn't sold yet, but it will. I think I got it listed for $15 or $16, $17 plus the shipping. We paid was it $2? I think, yeah, we paid $2 for this at an estate sale because it was missing something. And she says, sure, I'll sell it. So really, we have nothing in these. I value these at nothing, but I put them in inventory at $1 for a pair of them. We have 15 pair of them. And the net money that we made on this, let me take a look here in the spreadsheet, was a whopping $3.27 with a quarter. I put the cost of it as $1 into inventory. However, there's 15 of them. So when we sell off 15 of them, when we clear $3 plus each, that's $45 of pure profit. But we make more than that because I think we've sold 2 or 3 sets to one individual, so the shipping's a lot cheaper. With all that said, over time, they'll make 45 to 60 bucks. Go put $2 in the bank and see what you got in 1 year. I think you see my point. Here's another item that we sold, which is kind of the same story. We bought about 20 of these streetlight things at an estate sale. They're for like a train set or a car set or whatever. And they're 1/18 scale. They're not very big. And we got these for $1 a piece. And we just sold the last one of the 20. And on this, let me take a look here on this. At $1 a piece. So we made just under $4 on this after paying for shipping and the $1 that we got into it. So times that by 20. It's a pretty good return on so we bought 20 of them at 25 cents a piece, $5. A great return. I don't mind doing it because you only have to do one listing. They're simple to package up and simple to ship. Why not do it? I'm in. Another sale of a vintage metal index card file box. We have sold a lot of these. And if you watch any of our other videos, you'll see us pick them up from time to time. This particular one I bought at the local thrift store, and we paid $2.12 for it. $17.77 plus the shipping. We marked the shipping up on these $3. What I do is I do calculated shipping on them and plus $3. So after all said and done, we made $14.56 on this box that we paid $2.12 for. Once again, it's simple. See, we're a retired couple. We're in our mid-60s. We do this for fun. It's a hobby to us, but it makes us $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year. Talk about opportunity. If you're retired and you're one of those that sits around and says, I'm bored, get out to garage sales. Pick up smalls like this. You don't have to deal with big stuff. Just buy smalls for $1, $2. They're simple to list and simple to ship. You can clear some great money. If you want an extra couple hundred a month, an extra $500 a month, an extra $1,000 a month, you can do this. It's not that difficult. There's a little bit of a learning curve, but it gives you a lot of things that you can go and do together. If you want to do it together, you may just want to do it individually, or maybe you're not married, you're single, and you want to have something to do. And we call this our hobby that finally makes us money, because I had a lot of hobbies over the years, Leslie and I have, and we spent a lot of money on them. Call it hunting, call it golf, and all the other things cost nothing but money, but it's totally enjoyable. This cost us nothing, just what we pay for them. And like I said, we paid $2 for this, and look at the return we got just for flipping it. Boom, you put $13, $14, $15 in your pocket. All right, let's take a look at how we finished up for the weekend. We here at Fletch Flips like to show you all the details, show you what you will make after cost of goods, after shipping costs, after eBay fees, the net profit that you put in your pocket. When we first started doing eBay, we watched a lot of YouTube videos, and everybody just pops up on the screen. We sold this and we sold that. And a lot of times we discovered that they weren't even their listings. They're just showing comps they found on eBay for the things that they picked up at the sale. We always show you what we buy and what we sell, and we give you the net profits. So let's go. As you can see here, I have it all laid out. Where we purchased it, the item that was purchased, the cost of goods, the sale date, average days to say, or the days to sell it, total of the sales, the combined total of everything that we sold, the shipping that we charged, our cost to ship the items, all the eBay fees, and over here's the net profit. This is what we made on each individual item. As you can see across the top here, we sold 19 things this weekend. The cost of everything that we sold was $55.92. Average days to sell was 84 days. And that one's a little skewed because this double boiler thing we've had for 1,228 days, which is a little over 3 years. But we bought a lot of things along with that. So it was paid for a long time ago. So it just sat on the shelf until it finally sold. I don't like taking listings down. Why? It creates some another sale, and it creates some activity in the algorithms of good old eBay. So I leave them on there. We have the room to do it, so we do it. So the average is 84 days, even though one of them was 1,228 days in inventory. The total of the sales that we did, the price that people paid for each one of these items, the total is $482.38. Now, it'd be easy to say we spent $55.92 and we made $482. Well, we did make that, which is gross, kind of like your paycheck. When you get a paycheck at the end of the week or 2 weeks or whenever you get paid, that's the gross amount that they pay you. Then you got to look on the rest of it and show all the deductions that come out of it, the net that goes in your pocket. This is the gross that we made. This is the amount of shipping that we charged, $75.13. This is what it costs to ship everything. Now, as you see here, the zeros means that there was no shipping. It was free shipping to the buyer. We have to deduct that cost out of what we got for this. And that's what this is here, $128.64. The eBay fees total were $62.30. Our net profit that we put in our pocket after all is said and done was $293.15 for the weekend. That's not bad pay, especially if you're out golfing or you're working around the house or you're doing whatever. I usually take some time in the morning to list more things, but trust me, for the hours that you put into this, it's not all bad for what you get back. $293.15 in 3 days of selling 19 items on eBay. We want to thank you for visiting. Make sure you click the like button, comment below any comments you may have, positive or negative, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you'd like to see more videos that are coming out. Live a crazy good day.